My name is Olet Dennis. I am the CEO of Olan Investments Africa, a company that I formed. Initially, I used to call it Amazing Farm UG, and last year I changed it to Olan Investment Africa. I do turkey farming basically for now, but there are hopes to do more in agriculture because our plan is to have turkeys, chicken, and goat rearing, and finally cattle. The company or the farm is located in Amuria, specifically in Sambusa County. That's where the farm is. But this year I also decided to have a small branch where I work in Sorority. I went to school. I finished my primary, secondary, and I opted to go for a course. Due to financial issues, I had to go for a course. I branched from Senior 4 and I did grade 3. Grade 3 teacher certificate from St. Aloysius School PTC Ngor. I taught for 1 year in Kumi, and shortly after I also left teaching. I went for another course which took me 16 months. I finished it, and it's the current job I'm doing. And I went back to school again, where I did a diploma in computer science. I completed in May 2024, and in August 2024 I continued and I went for a bachelor's in computer science in Victoria University, where I'm still currently doing a bachelor's in computer science. Currently, what I do for a living is, I didn't tell you, I did the additional certificate of videography and photography, and I do photo shoots, I do videography for parties, events, all. Then teaching during holidays, parents can always come to me and I take their children through holidays, yeah, for primary. And then currently, as I told you, I did a diploma in computer science. I do computer repair and anything related to computer, as long as it's within my knowledge, I handle. And then the money I get from those side hustles, I invest it in the farm. And then I didn't also tell you, I do anything related to security. As I told you that I trained for 16 months. So anything related to security, anything that requires any security matter, escort, just if you have an event, bouncing, all I do, as long as it brings money and I'm offering a service to someone, I do. What inspired me to start a turkey farm or turkey rearing is basically I met a friend at the workplace, and he was dealing in the business and he had done the business for so long. So I took keen interest. One day he invited me to go to his place. When I went there is when I saw the magic, and that very day I didn't feel like even leaving that man's home, because what I saw in his home inspired me seriously. Like I felt like I was too late, like I was wasting time. So I patiently had to develop time. I had to have settings with him to get the knowledge. I kept on visiting him. The gentleman comes from Gweri. He's called Jesse. He's a serious guy in turkey farming, and he has done the business for some good years, and he's a pro. So I didn't have the money for starting. By then I was at school. That was the time I was doing a diploma in computer science. But I had a bicycle. So it came into my mind that I can walk from home up to school. So I decided to sell a bike. And I remember I sold the bike at 300,000. So when I sold the bike, it was able to give me 300,000. That was the money I used for buying 10 turkeys that I used for starting. That was way back in 2023. So I completed that year with 30 turkeys, because after me buying the 10 turkeys, it kept on motivating me. So after me buying the 10 turkeys, I took them to the village, and every month I could have some customer money, like 60,000. I buy 2. So at the end of the year, I realized I had what? I had 30 turkeys at the end of the year. So when I sold those turkeys, that is where I got my capital for 2024. That was 3 million. I remember. Yeah, that's how I developed from the time of the idea to 10 turkeys to 30 turkeys to 100 turkeys. In 2024, I managed to secure 100 turkeys. That was the number of turkeys I remember in my records. I had 100 turkeys in the farm, and it was fully managed and being cared by my mom. Yeah, she was so dedicated, and she did a very great job. In 2023, I started with the 10 turkeys, and I bet you when I was starting, I was fearing. Like the very first day I went to the market, I remember I went with that guy of mine, the friend, the person who inspired me. He was like, man, you will benefit from this thing. But for me, I was not believing, because one, I was saying, what about if these things die? Meaning my money will what? Die, and I will remain working on what? On food for the next what? Following year. Then I said, no. But since the guy kept on advising, he was like, no, you're going to get money. So I started with 10, and I kept on what? Buying. Whereby in 2023, I ended with what? 30 turkeys. And in 2024, it was so mega, because by then I'd got the money, and I was now, like, I was so curious. I was so happy, because it was my first time even to carry such amount at once. Like, you have your personal money that you have made, 3 million in your pocket, personal money. No one is demanding you like that. So it was so curious. So I decided, actually that year I ended up with 100 turkeys. That was 2024, last year, and it was just amazing. Like, it was curious for me. Like, I can't even describe the happiness I had. So this year I have an expectation of 150 turkeys, and as we speak right now, deliveries of 50 turkeys have been made, and after next week we have hopes that 100 turkeys will be in the farm, and as we continue, the target is 150. I have benefited in turkey farming and business. One, me, sometimes even I go to the market, buy and sell from the market, just without even reaching my farm. Buy and sell. Sometimes my customers, because nowadays I have permanent customers, like the ones who just call me like, Dennis, I want a turkey. I go and buy and send. So basically I benefit so much. I get a lot of money in turkey farming. That is the truth I can say. And the turkey business. One, completing my diploma, I got the fees from turkey farming. Joining my bachelor's degree, because I pay for myself, I get the money from turkey farming that I use for paying my tuition. And even my personal requirements, the same money I get from the turkey business, so what I use for helping myself. I have computers. I have 4 computers. I I have 2 laptops and I have 2 desktops. I bought them from the turkey business. Yes, challenges are always there, and I have gone through a lot from the time of purchasing one up to today, and I still believe that challenges will come. The most grievous challenge, I don't know how to even call it, but the most difficult challenge, which was even very hard to handle, was when I lost 15 turkeys to a dog. A dog attacked. I remember I bought those turkeys 15 of them. I brought them for treatment at my workplace. So in the morning I released them, while I was still monitoring them after treatment. Then I went for work. So on my time coming back, I just received a call that Dennis, you come back. There is an animal which has injured the turkeys. So the person who saw the stuff didn't know it was a dog. Kumbe it was these improved dogs who are used to eating meat. So what the dog did, the dog just went and just beating. After beating it leaves, they are not even eating, and whatever 15 turkeys, all of them just went just like that. So that thing almost removed morale from me. I was giving up in the business, but because it was passion, it kept on coming to me. It kept on coming to me that no, there is money in this. When you get small money, just keep on buying. Today is not tomorrow, and tomorrow will not be tomorrow. So I just told myself that no, God, just help me out. I continued buying turkeys, and there are other challenges like feeding. Feeding is so expensive. You find this time around maybe maize is cheap, you can buy. Then the other time again it goes too high, the extent that you fail even to buy. Then you just resort to getting food from schools, moving from one school to another, getting the mails, which is so dangerous also. Because sometimes you can get rotten food, which can again become a bacteria, which will end up into a disease, which may even take you a lot of money to cure in the farm. So feeding also becomes a challenge due to maybe price fluctuations in the changes in the market of maize, the feeds, because you cannot feed them on only maize. You will end up getting lighter turkeys, like their weight will not be compared to a person who has been feeding his or hers with a balanced diet, like someone who mixes soya, silverfish, sunflower cake, and others. There are even people who use sometimes I also use we call them concentrates. Yeah, so that is also a challenge. The other challenge is diseases themselves. You find sometimes you go to the market, some farmers, by the way, sell turkeys. When he sees that his turkey is not well, he decides to bring to the market and sells to you. So for you who is buying, you don't know whether it is sick or not, and he tells you, it is just stress because I was bringing it from home to the market. So that also becomes a challenge. So you have to work hard and make sure you make it well. Yeah, that's also another challenge. Then the other one is negativity. Generally, there are people who could just tell me, but man, that business is so hard, you cannot manage. Turkeys are so vulnerable, they can die at any time. But even sometimes market is not there. But because for me, I had my own passion, and I just love the beauty within turkeys. When they grow, the sound they make, the feathers. Generally, I had my own passion. I told myself whether I'll get money or no, let me invest in it. Some of the challenges are manageable. For example, diseases, we have some medicines we use to cure those infections. Then also hygiene itself, the feeding itself is a solution. And then I could keep on going back to my mentor. I would keep on disturbing him and asking him that, man, now you see this, I'm experiencing this and this in the farm, what do I do? He comes around, checks on them. Actually, he just kept on mentoring me, that is the truth. And he's still, because even yesterday I was with him here and was really appreciating how the birds were healthy. So actually it's also one of the solutions in my challenges. Then the ones the animals beat, those ones, if it dies, then you just have to say thank you to God and move on and pray for other blessings and purchase more. Then the other challenge is feeding. Basically I do market surveys, whereby if I find out that it's the price of maize has dropped, I have to stock enough such that when the price arises, it finds when I have what? When I have feeds. So I can first feed, and I feed while knowing that when the price is low, I have to purchase. I have to make sure the moment I get to know that it is low, I have to purchase enough. I have to cut all other expenses that I know I can do without, and make sure I first have the feeds in the what? In the farm. And then the other one is the turkeys basically feed on the vegetation, grass, natural vegetation, grasshoppers. So in the evening when we are free, we release. Even me, when I am free, I come. Since it's my passion, that's where I get my leisure. I just be there looking at them, and it's really very nice to look at the turkeys when they are feeding, because one, first of all, you see the beauty in the feathers. Two, when you are looking at the turkey, you even be like, this one is going to give me this amount of money. More so when it's about December, you'll be looking at the turkey and you'll be like, maybe this is 150, maybe this is 200k, depending on the weight and even the height itself. You just see the beauty, and even friends come and they be like, man, this is so nice. You get so encouraging words. Then negativity is always there. Even that's why you find, even when you are doing anything, there is someone always who is there to say, but that also, as even when you're going to school, someone even can tell you, what about if you fail after paying fees? So negativity is always there. So if you dwell on negativity, then you cannot do anything. I remember yesterday I watched a certain clip that from there is a gentleman that I always like following. He's called Emma in Sorority, Emma the Great. He was saying that if you fear to do anything, like if you fear to risk, you will never succeed to do anything. And that is the truth. If you fear to risk anything, you can never prosper in life. Because in life you have to risk. Like businessmen, you will put your money somewhere, you don't know whether you will recover it or no, or you will get profit or no, but you have to put it. When you get, thanks be to God. When you don't get, hustle until you get. So that's how I've been managing my challenges basically. Am I managing to balance the things: work, turkey business, education? The truth is, there is time for everything. There is no one who can lie me that he works from 1 hour to the last hour of a week. That one is a lie. There is a time you're supposed to sleep, there is a time you're supposed to work, there is a time you're supposed to go for leisure. So basically for me, the time I'm supposed to sleep and the time I'm supposed to do the leisure and my offs, is the time I'm supposed to be off work. That is the time I utilize to do this turkey business, do my education. Yeah, and my education, I can do it anywhere, whether in the bush, whether anywhere, because it's an online stuff. So I just have to log in the portal and do the studies. After I close the portal, and it's just twice in a week, meaning I just did only 2 days in a week to do the what? Education. So it's really very easy. It's something which is not so hard. I just have to know when is my time for being off, when is my time for being at work, and when is my time for being what? In class. Basically that's how I'm managing to balance this without anyone complaining about me. Marketing due to the presence of social media. Actually that was the first thing I did. I recorded a video and put it on social media, YouTube. I have a YouTube channel, it's called Olan Investments Africa. Yeah, and my trending video is there, and it's titled How a Teacher Managed to Start a Turkey Farm Using a Bicycle by Selling His Only Bicycle. So when I put that video on social media, that was on YouTube, very many people watched it, and that's how I started receiving calls from Kampala, Wakiso, Masaka. Yeah, all those districts have delivered turkeys. Kasese. The first time someone from Kasese called me that I did turkeys, I was first asking myself, how will I make those turkeys reach where? Kasese. So the guy told me, now what you do, send the turkeys up to Kampala. From Kampala, someone will pick and will put to a vehicle which will take it to Kasese. So that was how I managed. Even in Mbarara the same thing, Gulu the same thing. Basically that. Then I also have these local sales whereby people call me from my village, my workplace. They just call me, I need a turkey, then I deliver personally, or someone can come and pick. Basically that's how I do marketing. TikTok also came, and I started doing the same. Someone, because my contacts are there, someone just calls you from nowhere, is this amazing farm? By nowadays it's Olan, so they call me, is this Olan? I be like, yes. Yeah, I need turkeys. I ask him how many, which size, and I deliver. I just tell a person, send the money on my account or mobile money, and then I do the delivery. That's basically how I do my marketing. But December is just curious. People just come and tell you, me, I want this number of turkeys, give me. Given this businessmen in the market, they also come, and those ones buy in large numbers. Someone comes, I want 10, I want 20, and they go. You will just find in December, you just find you like last year, after selling the 100, I continued selling. I could go and buy and sell, because a day to Christmas, my turkeys were no longer there. So people could call me, man, I still need what? A turkey. Please look for me. Then I call my friends whom I know also do this business. So I call them, they bring, I deliver, just like that. That's how I've been managing the marketing stuff. Where does the trust come? For someone to send you his or her money before you deliver the turkeys. Now, what I always do is, one, I share my documents. Yeah, that is a national ID, my workplace, my location, and the prominent persons around me. So in case anything happens, it's very easy for that person to locate me. So I always tend to ask a person, like, actually what people always even ask me is, okay, now what about if you don't deliver? Whom should we come to? So there are always the police officers, the army officials, that are my friends, my relatives. Yeah. So I tell them I have these numbers. This one works with so and so. Wow, I'd like to thank people who have been there for me from the time I started that business. Yeah, I've gone through a lot, and you guys have always supported me, the customers, the partners. I have had partners, by the way. There are people who come and be like, I also have my two. Can you keep it for me? And be like, I'll give you one. Yeah, I've been doing it for them, and they have always supported me. I thank my bosses, because they've always been also, they come and they give you advice. They'll be like, improve on this, do this, yeah. And then I thank Figure TV, because social media does a lot in marketing. They do a lot, and that's how I get my customers. You find maybe after you finishing a video like this, you start receiving calls. I need this and this, just like that. I need this and this, yeah. And I've gotten friends on social media that I even have never seen physically, but we are good friends and we have done business together. So I'm really so grateful. I thank my relatives. I thank my parents, my uncles, my aunties. Yeah, they've always supported me financially, and even the advertising for the business. You find someone calls you, I have a friend, he wants what? He wants this number of turkeys. Deliver. I do it. Just like that. So I'm really so grateful, and I am so happy for 2024. It was just an amazing year, and I really pray 2025 also comes in the same manner. Thank you so much, and I really appreciate, and may God bless all the works of your hands. Thank you so much.